Hello and welcome to KLM Institute.
Today we bring you a powerful story shaking the political and diplomatic world. A story connecting New York, Washington, and Tel Aviv. Zohran Mamdani's dramatic election victory in New York has become more than a local headline. It has sent shockwaves all the way to Israel, to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office, and across global media. Mamdani, an Indian-origin American and a proud democratic socialist, has openly called out Israel for what he terms as war crimes in Gaza. His win has stunned Israeli officials and triggered deep debates inside the United States about how American tax money is being used abroad. For years, the United States has provided billions of dollars in military aid to Israel, money that comes directly from American taxpayers. But now, as images and reports from Gaza show horrific destruction, voices are rising louder than ever. More than 70,000 innocent Palestinians have been killed, including approximately 30,000 babies and children, in what global organizations describe as one of the worst humanitarian disasters of this century. Hospitals, schools, and refugee shelters have turned into graveyards, and the world is demanding answers. The International Criminal Court of Justice has already issued a strong verdict naming Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu responsible for war crimes and the genocide in Gaza. Over 150 countries at the United Nations have now declared that the world stands against these atrocities, a clear message that Israel's ongoing aggression and human rights violations cannot continue under the excuse of self-defense. Even major institutions and global watchdogs, including the United Nations Human Rights Council, Amnesty International, and Human Rights Watch, have condemned Israel's actions, describing them as violations of international law and a moral collapse of accountability. These institutions are demanding that nations like the United States rethink their funding and military support, which is being used to bomb civilians instead of building peace. This is exactly where Zohran Mamdani's victory becomes historic. His campaign in New York focused on justice, equality, and the right to life, not only for Americans but for innocent people everywhere. He questioned why American taxpayers should watch their money being used for missiles instead of medicine, for tanks instead of education, for destruction instead of development. Many in the US, especially the younger generation, are now echoing that same sentiment. They are asking, why should our tax money be used to fund the Gaza genocide? Mamdani's win shows a clear shift in American public attitude, a move away from blind support for Israel and toward accountability and human rights. Inside Israel, this political change in America has caused serious alarm. Officials close to Netanyahu fear that if more U.S. leaders begin thinking like Mamdani, future American administrations might reduce or even stop funding Israel's military operations. For Netanyahu, this is not just about one election in New York, it's about losing the world's strongest political ally. The story of Zohran Mamdani is not just a local political win, it's a reflection of changing global conscience. It shows how ordinary people, through their vote, can question and even challenge the use of their nation's power, money, and influence. So, as Israel faces growing isolation, as more international bodies condemn the genocide in Gaza, and as the world calls for justice for the 70,000 lives lost, Mamdani's win stands as a signal that the era of silence may be ending and accountability is finally beginning.